Hey guys! Today I will be building one of the last bits I want to try on this car, at least for this iteration of it. I'm pretty happy where it is now, but let me give you a quick recap of what's been done to the car so far. I bought this R34 in 2023 when Maria and I spent 6 months in Japan. We got this at auction, bone stock, and fairly cheap because it's an NA automatic. Perfect for a road trip in the entire country. During our travels, I kept picking up parts and modding it in hotel parking lots, at racetracks, or sometimes even in the middle of the city. We had tons of ups and a few downs. We sold all the parts we no longer needed to up garage and had to get our coil packs replaced in a shop we were way too low to drive into. We visited all sorts of shops such as TRA Kyoto, Active Garage, Madlane and Euros, obviously buying way more stuff than we should have. Every time we were in Tokyo, we met up with friends and drove to all the legendary places. We went everywhere to hang out with the cars. Daikoku, Shibuya, Umiyataro, you name it. We went to Mount Haruna, also known as Mount Akina, retracing the footsteps of Initial D, and experienced everything firsthand. We've been to Bisu multiple times, not just to drift, but also to work plenty on the Skyline, from LCAs to bodywork. We drove a total of 15,000 kilometers, visiting every single prefecture, and even taking the ferry up to Hokkaido, before driving all the way back to Kyushu, to the most southern part of the country again. And of course, before ending our trip, we took another breather in one of our favorite places in the world, right at Mount Fuji. We've been to all major cities, every sightseeing spot you can imagine, racetracks, mountain passes and hidden spots. And all of that isn't even mentioning what it enabled us to do. From seeing things everyone should get to experience in their lives, eating things so good we couldn't even imagine, as well as having been to more onsens than we could have dreamt of. It was truly a trip of a lifetime, and this R34 was along for the entire ride. And then we shipped it home. I switched some of the parts back to OEM panels, and I metal widened the front fenders, as you may have seen in a previous video. And that's where we are right now. I want this to be a super cool OEM++ street car, and last thing I want to try for now is adding a GTR wing, but not just any GTR wing. I want to customize the GTR wings, feet and blade, just like it's been done by the Japanese aftermarket companies, and make versions of my own design, and hopefully improve everything that's been there before. So, let's get to it! I've collected 2 aftermarket OEM style wings over the years, and I have all 3 common types of wing stands, as well as the 2 most common types of wing blades. Let's start off with the feet. These are the 3 common types of wing stands for the R34 GTR wing. This is the OEM style. This one is the June style, which is roughly 8 centimeters higher than the OEM. And this is the Superior Auto style, which is also 8 centimeters higher, but also moved back by 3 centimeters. And the plan is to evolve this even further and make my own version of it. It's not going to be anything drastic, but I'm sure with some tweaks it's going to look even more impressive. I want to tilt the surface of where the wing is getting bolted to by around 10 degrees forward to make the wing more aggressive looking. Because due to the rounded off bit on the side of the wing, from certain angles it always feels like the wing is tilted a tad too far back for my taste. I know it'll come with some difficulties of mounting the deck to the wing stands itself, but let's cross that bridge when we get there. To get the data I need, I got out my newest tool. Apparently Creality saw the sort of projects I do and sent me their new Sermoon S1 3D scanner. And while I was initially going to decline their offer because I did not want to have any obligations, they insisted I'd just do my thing and nothing further such as contracts were required. I'm a small creator and I appreciate that immensely, and will put this scanner to real good use. The great thing about the Sermoon is that it has laser scanning capabilities, which should help me scanning parts with difficult surfaces, as well as being even more accurate. I lined up all 3 feet and put the scanner through its paces, and it was a breeze getting good scans from it. I will be uploading all files and you'll be finding them in the description, so you can either use the ones I will be making or even model up an even better version. And if you do so, please let me know. While modeling, I found out there was already a built-in forward tilt by about 5 degrees, so I decided to just go with another 5 degrees of tilt. At first I went a bit overboard, adding even more height and placing the wing even further back, but I dialed that back because I really didn't want to risk it starting to look ridiculous. So I just ended up adding more tilt, and I sorted out the design, making it look sleek and well sorted, removing irregularities and such. I decided to go with a parametric design instead of freehanding it, because it would make it easier for me to make exact changes. But I still preserved most of the organic shapes of the originals. If you overlap mine with the superior auto version, for example, you can see that most shapes closely resemble the previous designs. While that's printing, we can move on to the wing blade. I think the OEM looks a bit boring, and the superior auto style blade looks a bit too hefty towards the front. I really want to try and build a hybrid of these, as well as maybe incorporate a sort of gurney flap, but a much more pronounced version compared to the mine's R34 rear wing blade, which I sadly do not have. I used to own an R32 GTR, and it had a Fujimura Rocket Dancer flap on the rear wing, which apart from the wheels I had on there, was the coolest part in my opinion. I do miss that car every day. Anyway, let's see what I can whip up. Alright, so I made a template of the side of the blade and I popped it onto the wing itself, and I'm gonna use that to hand draw a new design basically. I'm also gonna have to prop up the wing a tiny bit, so it's gonna have the right angle actually for the new design. But yeah, this is the process. I think this looks a bit too extreme for the moment, and I'm gonna do some adjustment, and then I'm gonna make a scan of it and pop it into Fusion. After bringing the shape into Fusion, I also brought in the scan of the deck itself and the feet that I modeled, so I can get an overall feel for how it will look. Over the span of 2 days, I kept changing and refining the design and ended right here. I'm gonna call this the Devil Blade, for obvious reasons. The cool thing is that it's supposed to work with all the old feet designs, giving it a slight back tilt when installed. Just like with all the gurney flaps on the Skylines and M3s, for example. But in combination with my wing stands, the blade's backside will stand up 100% vertically. All the 3D printed parts are off the printer now, and I removed all the supports. The plan is to add end plates for the blades, which I have already whipped up with an angle grinder, and some reinforcement for the feet where they get bolted to the deck. Then I'm gonna give everything a light sand with 80 grit before gluing all the blade parts together and going for a glass fiber layer on the inside of the feet. When that's done, I'll be carbon skinning everything, and the deck is getting painted in the Skyline's color. I sanded all the surfaces and rigged everything up, and I even reprinted the feet with more shells and infill for some extra stiffness. And now I'm gonna start with the carbon skinning process. I started off by giving it a layer of epoxy. I waited to let it get sticky, and then I applied the carbon cloth on all of the parts before wetting it out completely. Now, I did let it harden overnight with just wetting it out because I want to be able to sand away all the stray fibers and overlaps. Otherwise I could have gone straight with additional 3 layers of epoxy with just 2 hours in between each. So now I'll sand it before giving it another 3 layers of epoxy so I can then sand it completely flat before clear coating it. I'm now done with sanding all parts entirely flat down to 400 grit, as well as adding a chopped carbon block on the sides of the devil blade. I've also added some heat certs and a sheet of carbon on the bottom of the wing stands, and now everything is ready to get a clear coat. A buddy of mine will be taking care of the clear coat for me, and the next thing you'll see is us finally installing the finished products on the car. And then we can judge whether or not all of this was worth it. In the meantime, I scanned the boot lid with and without the drag wing because I might have another project in mind, but let me pick up the wing now and then we'll get it installed. Also, thanks again, Creality. For those interested in this specific Sienna, I'll put all the details in the description. Okay, let's do this. Holes line up. Nice. Okay, I think this will turn out just fine. I'll get this installed and then I'll show you the beauty shots right after. I think it turned out exactly how I hoped it would, but I believe it would fit a two-door a tad better. It looks a bit extreme on the four-door. Either way, for those interested in any parts I make or services I offer, I have now created a website that you can also find in the description. So feel free to contact me if you need anything special done. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.